Hey everybody, this is Ben here at That Cologne Guy coming at you with a new question. Aha. Well, you've seen the question. So my question to you this week is, what fragrance or fragrances have you worn during the quarantine? You know, this week marks the 1 year mark of the quarantine. And I just want to say, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying safe, positive, and healthy during these incredibly difficult times. And so in this episode, I wanted to, of course, I'm going to talk about what I did, but I'd really love to hear from you. And I'd love to hear in the comments below what you did differently, what you wore, what you didn't wear. You're a frag head, so you probably are not going to say that you didn't wear anything. But, you know, for most of us, for some of us that had to work specifically from home, you know, a lot of people ask, did you wear fragrance even though you're working from home? And the answer, of course, is yes. I wear fragrance every single day. And I've got 3 here plus a 4th that I'll talk about. But I'd love to hear from you. So let me know what you did during the last year, what you either wore or what you didn't wear, because it's probably so expensive. You're like, okay, I don't want to just walk around my house in $400 Amouage fragrance. And maybe you did. So again, to kind of make you feel like you were in your normal routine. I would just love to hear from you. So let me know. And before I dive into, I'll also quickly welcome all the new subscribers. It's funny how this channel works, because some weeks I'll have relatively kind of a steady flow, and then for whatever reason, like this week, I had a lot of new subscribers. So I really, really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. So let's take a look. I've got 3 here, and then of course I mentioned a 4th. And the fourth is, of course, whatever fragrance I was reviewing that week. This channel, I have a lot of samples, and for this channel, most of the time, I have done a full review every Friday of a fragrance. Now, recently I stepped away from that format, and I'm probably going to shoot for maybe 1 or 2 a month of the full reviews. That said, though, of course, in the last year, I have done a lot of fragrances, and so usually that week I would wear whatever fragrance I was going to review, especially because in my channel I have a lot of samples. And so I, of course, on a small channel, am not sponsored. And so I have a lot of samples, and what I will do is, wear that sample for 3, 4, 5 days, and then I'll record the episode. So many days I already have my fragrance spoken for, so to speak. That said, though, on certain days, I will not, and I will have 3. And so this quarantine, I have really focused on 3. You know, mahogany woods is a hidden gem, and I used to call it actually a cheapie. It usually makes it onto my honorable mention on my top 10s because I got it for $12.50. I mean, to me, it used to be the best cheapie around, but I just noticed right before I started filming on eBay, it's like $250 or some crazy thing. Whatever you do not pay that. It has been discontinued. And so you guys know that Bath & Body Works does this annoying thing where it's weird, right? Because we're in capitalism. So, I mean, it's supply and demand, right? We all love this fragrance, so of course they got rid of it. And it's quite unique, actually. Don't think it's generic because it's a Bath & Body Works. This one is quite unique. I had the body wash, loved it, and then this is my second bottle, and I'm certainly glad I have it. You know, now that I have a lot in the same vein, I don't know that I would get it again, and I certainly wouldn't get it for whatever they're asking on eBay. That said, though, if you can find it at a Bath & Body Works discounter outlet store, grab it, or if you can trade for it, whatever. It is quite good, actually. And so, of course, it has mahogany. And then I wrote a couple things down, but I have to tell you, I was a little surprised when I saw the notes. It doesn't have iris, or it doesn't have iris listed, so it must be the amber, because this has a wood meets makeup cosmetic bag feel to it, but it doesn't have iris in it, so it must be the amber I'm picking up. It's mahogany, vanilla, amber, and tonka bean are the big four that I get. But as I said earlier, it must be the tonka bean and amber, and of course the vanilla, all combining to smell like an iris. Though it definitely has a makeup cosmetic bag quality mixed with the mahogany. I'm a little lukewarm when it comes to the cosmetic note, but I really like this one. I like this one a lot, actually. And as I said, it's certainly not generic. It smells really, really nice. It's probably the end of the road for me. Again, this is my third one if you count the body wash. I think it is. It's time to move on, but I have really enjoyed it. And so, in the fall and now in the spring, I am rocking mahogany woods. In the dead of no winter is complete without Z14. All right, so in the dead of winter, which around here lasted about 6 months, I have worn. This is also my second bottle of Halston Z14, and this is one of those situations, you've done this before, right? Where you got it for dirt cheap, and that's kind of the reason why you got it. I mean, here's what I've always said about Halston Z14. Is it dated? Yes. Is it reformulated? Yes. Do you get compliments, unsolicited compliments? You do. So say what you want about it. Say what you want about the bottle. Say what you want about wearing juice from the 70s. It really does garner compliments if that's what you're looking for. I love this one for the winter, and I love the fact that it's just a cheapie. Again, same thing applies. I don't know if I'll keep getting this after this one, but this was a deal that you can get. This is a 200 milliliter 6.7 ounce. You can get a 100 milliliter 3.4 ounce for less than $10. I mean, come on, for a $20 bill, including all taxes, out the door, you're looking at 200 milliliters. That's pretty good. 6.7 ounce. This is leather, cinnamon, oak moss, and lemon. And the one for me, here's what I would say about this one. I'm not going to say exactly, but this one smells in its current reformulation a lot like Big Red chewing gum. I'm not going to say exactly, but that would conjure up. And here's the thing about this one, though. Every time I wear it, it seems like a different note stands out more. I mean, it's definitely more leather, definitely cinnamon, of course. But you can pick up the lemon in this one, and then there's no doubt that oak moss is a big player. So it is unique. I mean, you should probably have it in your collection at least once, okay? And take a walk down memory lane for some of us from the 70s. And it has, of course, the red blood cell bottle, which you can has a pinch in it, so that's always kind of cool. Some people love the bottle, some people don't at all. It is a little quirky. I could care less, actually. For me, it's all about the smell. And again, I wore, definitely a strong Big Red chewing gum smell to this. Wore this, went through a bottle. It was actually gifted. I don't think I would have picked it up. Somebody gave it to me, a full bottle as a gift, and I liked it. I was worried it'd be a little bit too dated, but I got a lot of compliments actually on it, and when I saw it so cheap, I thought, why not? Anyway, I enjoy this one for the dead of winter. All right, and then the third one isn't one that I traded for, actually, and I keep saying that I think I've said Guess Seduction Blue Ohm Blue, but it's actually Seductive. I looked it up. It is Guess Seductive Ohm Blue, so if you can remember that. And here's the thing about this one. I need to do a full review on this one, actually. This is definitely, I mean, there's no doubt that this has driver's license, prom, first day of college written all over it. I mean, it's definitely for it's definitely for 12 to 22 as far as the age group. It is very youthful. The one thing I would say, though, it's a woody aquatic, and it's a lot more on the woody side than it is on the aquatic side. So I actually really, really like the smell, and it is quite unique. I mean, it's much more unique than you think it's going to be. It's a woody aquatic from Target and the department stores. It's for $20. So you think, okay, well, this is smells like every other thing. When you consider for a $20 bill something like this or Nautica Voyage, Don't just throw those out because they are cheapies. This one is actually very nice. I really like it. Same thing applies just like the other two, because Mahogany Woods was also a gift in the beginning as well. I don't know that I would have purchased this. I don't know that I'm the target audience, but I really like it a lot, and I'm glad I traded for it. It's very, very good, and it is Guess Seductive Ohm Blue, and it has two things I wanted to note, actually. You can check out the notes on Fragrantica, but two things I wanted to note here is it has sand as a note, and it has caviar as a note. So I certainly couldn't have guessed that on my own. And when I noticed that, I was thinking, wow, that's really unique. It doesn't smell like anything else, just like anything else I have smelled before. So what I would say is, this isn't one of those department store ones where they're cashing in on a clone. To my knowledge, you guys can let me know, but I don't think this smells quote unquote just exactly like a previous release that is a lot more expensive. This one does have a high originality factor. I actually really buy into it. I really like it. And now that it is cooler out, up in the 60s, I have brought this one back out. And this actually will be my fragrance for the summer whenever I'm not wearing a fragrance to review. So there you have it, folks. I have the 4 fragrances. One is whatever I'm reviewing that week. I've got Mahogany Woods by Bath & Body Works. I have come on, Z14 has to make it on this list by Halston. And then I have Guess Seductive Ohm Blue, and I need to do full reviews on these guys before I end these bottles. As I said, for all 3, I can't say that I would probably purchase another bottle or get another one. But I do really like them, and I've really enjoyed wearing them, and it's kind of fun to go through the ones in your collection that you don't usually grab for. And so one of the things during the quarantine I have enjoyed is going through these fragrances that are the ones that I grab for the least, for the reasons that I've already discussed. So there you have it. I can't wait to hear your comments on what you did and what you do. I don't have, it's funny because I wait so long because I'm on a tight budget, and I am not one of the channels that's going to have a lot of full bottles because I'm not sponsored, and so I'm not going to have full bottles of the 300, 400, and 5 Aventus, but. So I have to really, really think about a fragrance and whether or not I want it before I purchase. And so in my end, I don't have any fragrances really that I dislike. Again, these ones are quite good. Don't know if I get them again, but I don't dislike them. So during the quarantine, I took advantage and have been wearing these quite a bit. Do you have any? So I don't have any buyer's remorse. In fact, I've only had one in my entire career, and that is Tsar, Tsar, and I went through on Fragrantic all the different notes where you can check out. You know how you can look at you can punch in different notes that you like. And I punched in like 4 or 5 notes that I really liked, and it actually whittled it down to one fragrance, and that was Tsar. So I went out and I immediately purchased it, and I was so excited, and it was awful. I'm sorry if you like that. Maybe it was just the interaction with my skin. It was really bad, and not my thing, folks. So that has the distinction of the only fragrance that I have moved on in my collection. Everyone else, I waited about 2, 3, 4, 5 years before I purchased it, and I was counting down the days to get it. So I don't have any buyer's remorse. All right, folks, there you have it. That is which fragrance or fragrances did you wear or have you worn during the quarantine? I sincerely hope you're doing well. I can't wait to read about what you guys did, what you wore during the quarantine. And again, stay positive, stay healthy, stay safe. Finally, always remember, of course, fragrance marks the celebration of today. Take care, everybody. Eventually I'm going to have to do a better job at promoting my channel. And I really need to be more of an Instagram, Twitter and promoter. And I just need to do a better job of that. The other thing too is I probably eventually will get better lighting, et cetera, et cetera. But I just enjoy having a chat with you guys. I told you before, I did one episode where I had the script, so you can download as an app, and then you put. How does it work? You put the script ends up covering your camera, so it looks like you're reading. It looks like you're looking right into the camera, but you're actually reading as you go along. I just don't like to do that. I prefer to have a chat with you, and I enjoy that format. So thanks for sticking with me. I really appreciate it.